27th, 2026. It's the Fakeologist Show. We're starting on time for once at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So good afternoon, good morning, and good night. And we are streaming live on fakeologist.com, fakeotube.com, YouTube, and we've got Mr. E for the first time ever. We're simul streaming on his massive YouTube channel.
It's not massive.
It is massive.
It's small. It's smaller than it used to be.
Well, you got 11,000 subscribers, and you got paid subscribers, including myself, that give a small token of our affection to your channel. And so we're going to see how we do pulling in some of your audience, because I don't think they're used to any live streams by you. And I think it'd be fantastic. It'll be great, actually. So I really appreciate you pairing up. And we're going to talk about a lot of things tonight. Anything you want to talk about. We're going to talk about Odyssey, the movie. You saw it. I watched your video. You said you liked it. I don't usually go to movies, but maybe I will go to see this on your recommendation.
Yeah.
And Frank came in earlier. I forgot to tell Frank he had the night off because I was just not paying attention.
Oh,
but you know, no, it's but
join us.
I do have to disagree. I mean, I actually said to Tim, look, you know, I've got stuff on, but I can do if you want. But he completely forgot about everything.
I forgot about everything, but I wanted Frank to stay a minute to talk to you because you are a bit of a religious consultant. You talk about a lot of stuff, Christianity, and not only Christianity. You're obviously the leading transvestigator in the world. You do the best videos on the topic. I get a lot of flack from my community who thinks it's a waste of time. I don't. And I think you're one of my best guests. It's at least my most interesting guest. And we always have huge channels. But Frank brought up a religious topic, which is not my specialty. So I thought I would get him to ask you about it and get your take on it before he took off to do his thing. And it was specifically a video he brought up about the Noahide laws. And I'm really not a good person for Frank to talk about because I don't know. I don't really understand it. But Frank, tell Mr. E what you got, and let's get his take on that as well.
Oh, so we've got a YouTube popped into my spot as it does because, like you, I'm very interested in the Bible and what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's Bubba News.
And this fellow is saying that in November there is a group getting together to bring in this international organization.
You want me to play a bit of it for Mr. E?
To affect the Noahide laws.
No, I don't need to see the video.
Okay.
But okay. Well, you know, this kind of stuff has been going around for a while, like 10 years. People have been talking about this Noahide stuff. It's kind of back again, I guess.
I think Bush Sr. actually was said to have signed in the Noahide laws in his presidency. So that's 30 years, isn't it? Bush Sr.
Wasn't it? Yeah, something. I remember making videos about this stuff, you know, a long time ago.
Yeah.
And somebody kind of, was it Bush? I think it was more recent though. Somebody else recently kind of signed it in. Was it Trump or Obama or Biden? I mean, somebody like recently did something else with this as well.
Oh,
kind of,
right?
There's like a day, like an annual day, like they turned it into some kind of national holiday or something. Some kind of official recognition of the Noahide laws. I mean, you know, I haven't. I mean, it's one of these things that they kind of working on stuff behind the scenes. It seems like, and there, you know, it's not a biblical thing. There's these Noahide lies. These Noahide laws are not really in the Bible.
Well, that's effectively what this fellow says. He's
well,
really
they're not in the Bible, but they're more of it's a Jewish, you know, tradition.
When you say it's a Jewish thing, it is a Talmudic.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing.
It's not based on the Torah at all. It's
yeah. Judaism is not based on the Bible, actually. It's kind of references it, but it's more they prefer the Talmud, and some of them are
I
into the
guess for the avoidance of doubt with you, my view is that when the Romans sacked the temple in AD 70 or 76, whenever it was
70, yeah,
that basically Judaism got wiped out, and the people that remained were the ones that had listened to Christ, fled to the hills. And
I would, basically, yeah. I would actually,
and the people we call Jews now are in fact Khazaris, and there's nothing Semitic about them.
Yeah, that's possible. I mean, I would say Judaism began in 70 AD. And because what was before that wasn't really Judaism, that was more biblical.
That was followed. They were Torah keepers.
Yeah, exactly. They were Mosaic covenant
whereas,
and they had the oral, the Pharisees and that stuff. They were, and they were supposed to be in the new covenant.
Of modern Judaism is that the Torah is just a fantasy novel for children.
Oh, that's how the Jews think of it?
That's my understanding, or who effectively I just think of as Khazaris and not Semitic at all, nor of the 12 tribes.
Yeah. I mean, for sure, the state of Israel does not include all 12 tribes. Whether it includes any of them at all is
well, I'm saying I don't.
Another possibility.
My reading of history is that it cannot, because who are they?
John Connor is agreeing with you. Every president since Bush Sr. has signed an executive order making the Noahide laws law, but have not been enforced.
Yeah. They all have some kind of thing, and then these rabbis come into the White House and they sign something.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, there's a photo of like Trump signing something, and all there's Jewish rabbis standing behind him.
And does anyone acknowledge that in the general public? I never really understand.
They haven't like unleashed this on the world or anything yet. So I mean, there's always this kind of fear mongering stuff going on that they're going to unleash the Noahide laws, and so this I haven't heard about this thing in Jerusalem 2026.
Okay,
what they're going to do, what they're going to talk about, I have no idea. So I'll check that out later. But
sure.
Something to keep an eye on. There.
But what I was suggesting here is that these things are put into place, and what it relies on is people not knowing about them and not refuting them, not rebutting them. And so an assumption is made that the thing applies to them. If someone writes a law, if you like, or a bit of legalese, a bit like, we're all born into birth certificates and so on. And
they want to say, because we're all descendants of Noah, so these laws apply to everybody. It's like Judaism for everybody kind of thing. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to get Mr. E's view on it. I didn't want to make this the show, but since Frank brought it up, I just thought he'd bounce it off Mr. E. But Schizo Caveman, it amazes me how quickly a Brit can just drag a conversation down. No, I think Frank is from Australia.
No, I'm a Brit. It'd be fair to say I'm a Brit.
Yeah, you were born.
I was born there, but I'm half Norwegian. I'm probably even more of a down.
I just thought I'd bring it up because Mr. E's the only other guy that really talks religion on his channel, and it's not one of my strong points or real big interests at all. I'm interested in every other thing that Mr. E brings up on his channel, actually, including movie reviews.
Yeah.
So, Mr. E, do you want to talk any more on that, or can we move on?
We can, from my point of view, we can move on. I was just raising the topic.
Okay, what about Mr. E, though?
Well, I mean, thanks for pointing that out. I'll check into that more. I wasn't aware of the resurgence of the Noahide agenda, but we'll check it out. It's associated with Kabbalah, which is really big on androgyny and stuff anyway, so it is kind of related. So what else should we talk about?
Well, so basically Kabbalah is the world's power religion, I would say. Would you agree that it's the religion of the elite and it joins them all together? It's a worldwide thing.
It's Freemasonry. It's pretty much the same. If you read these Masonic books you can find online, they talk about the Masonic books talk about Kabbalah all the time. And they say God was androgynous and Adam was androgynous. So and they say, we got to get back to those days.
And that's really why I think you're the leader on this, because it's not just about saying this guy is a woman and this man is a man, this woman's a man. You bring the whole thing together and fuse it into a good thesis.
Well, I think it's their religion.
Yeah.
Basically, they put it very simply, right? It's like they're in a cult or something, and that kind of, if your whole thing is talking about fakery, right?
That's
And
right. That's
the
right.
fakers, the people doing the fakery are in some kind of weird cult or something, some kind of they're an organized cabal, organized group of people, seem to believe the same things and working together very somewhat effectively, you could say.
And most of the people around the world don't know what's happening, but it is a coordinated effort. I mean, that's really what you highlight. And now people get caught up that, oh, well, I said Trump could be a woman or an androgyne, and that's all they dwell upon. But you really bring the whole thing together. And that's why I think that people need to go to your channel, and you've got the whole thing fused together. It's all related. You bring it all together.
Even if we look at the last 5 videos, the 6th video, the one about Lindsey Graham, that actually turned out into an Israel focused type of video anyway, but that's maybe for today's show. If you want to start with this heart video, that actually, because that's about the theater. See how it all kind of progresses, right? They're all kind of related.
They're all related. That's
one video turns into the next.
Yeah, that's what's really powerful. Like, most people like me just think Heart was a good band, but man, when you dig into it and the way you dig into it, I think, wow, there's so much hidden stuff. And now it's just, you bring it all together. It's just so powerful. And by the way, we've got 56 live viewers on Mr. E's YouTube channel. I got 38. So welcome to Mr. E's extensive audience. I'm sure
that's close to 1 million, isn't it?
We're going to break the internet.
Well, I hope so, because I really like when I have big YouTubers like Mr. E pair their channels. It's super easy to do. So anyone who does a guest on my show, I try and get them to make sure
you do it. Yeah, you do it with other people too, right?
Yeah, I try to. You're the biggest so far.
No.
Yeah, I was trying to do it. Oh, no. I was trying to do it in the COVID days with the Facebook pairing, because I was talking to one guy who had thousands of channels, but Facebook kept shutting the stream down on Facebook. It was so big, because we were talking about COVID back in the day, trying to get people to talk about their injuries. But man, that was a strange thing. But anyway, I want to keep doing it. So you've got is this Ann Wilson of Heart?
Yeah.
And you're
on the Billy Corgan podcast,
right? So both of them are transpicious.
Well, they're very, I mean, they're both interesting characters. So what, and I've made videos on Heart before, but what was revealed in this interview is that in the 90s, the late 90s and early 2000s, Ann Wilson, like Heart was kind of on hiatus at that time,
right?
Which they shouldn't have been. They could have been successful, I think, but they stopped kind of working for a while. And then this person here, Ann Wilson, who everyone thinks is one of the greatest vocalists, is a good vocalist, actually, right?
She is, yes.
So we're not here to like trash people.
No.
We have sympathy for the androgyne.
Well, I mean, we just want to be aware of who the hell they are. I mean, I don't have any. Do we have a problem with
this is comparative religions? Yeah, I mean,
I don't think you are. I don't think you defame androgyny at all. You're just trying to figure it out. We don't like the dissent.
It's interesting. Yeah.
Tell us about it.
If there's some kind of secret cult out there that includes all these kind of famous people, that's kind of interesting. Worth looking at. I guess.
Really interesting.
Oh, there it is right there. Yeah. So this is what Ann Wilson basically worked at a drag show in the late 90s as a singer, which used the word chanteuse. And then the word chanteuse is quite often associated. It's a word that drag queens use to describe themselves. And Ann Wilson was a chanteuse. But so in the sisters in the same boat, the same category. But so it was revealed, like this person is saying it. Like, so what kind of people work at a drag show? You know what I mean? Usually drag queens work at a drag show.
By the way, I'm gonna play this on the exit. This was an amazing rendition.
Oh, Stairway.
It was. Did you like it?
I think I saw it a long time ago. Yeah, they're pretty good at the Zeppelin covers.
Yeah, because she's got the voice.
Yeah.
So I want to play that. That's one of my favorite pieces.
But we'll get the copyright strike. Okay.
I don't.
I do. Yeah.
Okay, I won't do it then. Okay, you're right. I don't have monetization, but you do, so I won't do it to you. So
and it gives them kind of leverage to mess with your channel a bit.
Okay, I won't play it then.
The music is they're very sensitive. Like they pick up the music, not always the images, but the music is always picked up by YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, that's easy for them to detect. You're right. I won't do it. I forgot I'm simulcasting.
Even if I play a song myself, a cover song, they'll copyright strike that.
Okay, then I won't play it, but I'll link to it in my show notes.
I got Bob Dylan. I got a Bob Dylan copyright strike once because I covered one of his songs. Bob was getting money from me, man.
Gents, I'm going to go and disappear.
Thank you, Frank the Salt Guy, for talking. I appreciate you. Have a good night.
And
hey, man, thanks for coming.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye. There goes Frank the Salt Guy.
Teatro Zinzani, that's the theater. This particular, I don't know if it's still going now or not. They may have shut down, but they're a San Francisco-based drag show, cabaret theater, and they did like magic and circus acts kind of stuff.
Yeah,
probably kind of relatively entertaining in a certain type of way, I guess. And these are just, there's. I mean, do they kind of look similar or not?
Of course, yeah, absolutely. Everything is very similar.
You got kind of the larger ones,
Exactly. By the way, Mr. E's large audience tonight. If you want to talk to Mr. E, you can just leave a question in the chat. That's probably the easiest way for him to scroll through and take a peek at your chat. But otherwise, you can phone in. You see at the bottom of the scroll of the screen is a scroll bar. It's got the phone numbers. You can call in. We'll talk to you if you have a question for Mr. E, and make sure the question is clear and concise. If you want to join the studio, you can. You just type in shortfake.com/restream, and you'll join the studio, and you can talk to Mr. E as well if you have a question. No agendas tonight, though. I don't want anyone calling in and giving their agendas of their favorite pet topic that has nothing to do with tonight's show. So I think you guys know who you are that like to do that to my show. I'm not doing that tonight when we have a guest like Mr. E on, if you don't mind. So, Mr. E, if you see anything in the chat you want to answer at the same time as you're addressing your videos, feel free. Because we got a lot of your audience tonight. It's a good time to talk to Mr. E.
Yeah. I mean, so basically, like, if you want to pause right there for a minute, like, basically, it seems like, it's the oldest trick in the book. I would almost say this is some of the oldest fakery in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to the ancient world, man puts on makeup and gets on stage.
And why did man have to do that? Can we be clear on why man had to dress up as woman?
Well, yeah, in the ancient theater in Greece, and that's another video I did recently, is it says, like, I just was looking at a Wikipedia page just showing that this is publicly available information, right? Because if you say like a certain entertainer, actor, singer, whatever is actually a man, people think you're crazy. They look at you like you're crazy, right? It's one of the hardest things to tell people about.
But you're actually an historian.
But when you go, if you want to jump now to another video I did.
Okay, so we get out of this video
just to have it kind of on the screen, or you could have whatever. It doesn't matter.
Can we look at heart? Clear? Are these boys?
Yeah,
they are definitely boys.
Yes.
So they're boys that
I would say, Ann Wilson is a contralto,
right.
the vocal range,
So
which
look at
is
her.
also
This is not altered. This is her Adam's apple right here. That's pretty obvious.
castratos in the castrato. So we got basically in the ancient world, the actors on stage were all men, and the men played the female roles.
And that was mainly because women had no status in society, period.
Well, yeah, they say it's because women were not allowed on stage. I don't think that's true. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't think that's the reason. There is a ritual reason. The goddess. So there's always the gods and the goddesses behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
The androgynes were basically like priests, and they were like what's called cultic personnel. They were officially sanctioned representatives of the goddess. They're channeling the goddess.
Mm-hmm.
They're like a priest, a mediator. They're like a shaman.
So they're so they're a higher form of human being because
They
they're
work. Yeah,
channeling.
they work at the temple basically. They're
That's their
temple
job.
employees. In the theater is kind of associated. Back then, it was a theater and temple. It's all the same stuff, and people had to go to the theater back then. Like it was like a civic duty. So the theater was part of the ritual to make sure that people, like society would function. You'd have crops and all this stuff and sacrifice. It's a type of sacrifice, actually. So for the actors to, it's a religious thing. Theater was part of religion, basically,
Mm-hmm.
and the singers as well. And so, the castrato singers, they basically cut off the testicles of a boy so his voice doesn't change.
Right.
And in opera and in the Catholic Church, they always had castrato singers. They have that angelic voice that people like.
And we're talking about people like Whitney Houston.
Yeah,
Michael Jackson.
Clive Davies, or is it Clive Davis?
Clive Davis died.
Clive
allegedly.
Davis, who recently died. He was I made a video a while about that. He was the master. He was like the manager of, he'd go out and find a castrato and make them famous, basically.
That was his job.
It's a very simple business model, really, if you think about it.
So that was his specialty.
It's like, and for some reason, the public kind of worships these people. They're special. They're different, right? It's because they're androgynous, and and androgynes make good actors because they look a little different. They draw you in. People stare at them because it's like there's something mysterious and different.
It's
the men look kind of feminine, and the women look kind of masculine, right?
Yeah,
it draws people in. It's good for business,
and we just can't place it. We're looking.
Yeah. You're like, what's wrong with these people? They're different. They're special.
Well, a lot of them are gods. A lot of them are super cute as well. So
they're because the male to females have a low body fat, and they're lean, right? And then, but so the deception is this. It's basically remove all the masculine traits from the boy, and this is documented in the ancient literature. Right, I have hundreds of references to where it's actually written down by the ancient in Greek, like 2,000 years ago, in Latin, and even other languages that no one's ever heard of from 3,000 years ago, where they document what they do to the boys, and they remove their body hair, they grow their hair long, they put on makeup, they put on female clothes. So they were doing this 3,000 years ago, and before that. They had it down to a science,
Wow.
And they're called the androgynes. That's the Greek word, androgynos.
So this is nothing new. This didn't start last week.
This isn't the woke. Hart was in the 70s, right?
Yep. Oh yeah.
And they grew up like this, people
how
probably thought they were tomboys or something.
How would they be selected? Well, I think they did say they were tomboys. So are they? Do they have special parents? Do the parents?
Well, that's the question.
Them up.
It's a sacrifice. Okay. So in the Odyssey, there's a great quote. I'm probably not getting it correctly exactly, but it was Odyssey. That Odysseus. He said, Matt Damon's character. He said they were talking about child sacrifice in the movie, and he said the greater the cost of the sacrifice, the greater the blessings to the person making the sacrifice.
Wow.
Like he was explaining why they sacrifice children. And it's like the greater the cost. And Christopher Nolan's movies actually has that theme in it. I just watched The Prestige.
Is that his movie?
Yeah, he's
That's a
an
great
amazing
movie, by the way.
yeah, it blew me away. I don't think
You
maybe I
seen
saw
it?
it. I
Yeah.
saw it back in the day, but I didn't get it.
No, I'm
But
sure. I'm
But I
sure
watched it
it's
again.
super
I
deep.
watched it again, and I had to watch the ending like 5 times. I was like, "What just happened?" You know what I mean?
That's a really good movie to watch
And
again.
and so his movies are about, fakery, deception, you
Mm.
know, fooling a crowd in the theater, that movie especially. And doubles, using doubles, doppelgangers, masks. Batman, he did Batman as yeah,
You're right. It is
the
a
Batman
Chris.
trilogy, and he uses the word sacrifice in most of his movies, and sacrifice was a major theme of The Prestige. They both had to sacrifice big, major sacrifices for their career to be on stage so they could
Yes.
fool the masses.
It's such a good movie. You're totally right. And with your analysis, it makes it even more interesting, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Looking
that
at it.
movie, I mean, I didn't realize how good it was until the very end, and then it's like, "Oh, wow." Like, before that, you think, "Oh, this is a movie about magicians." You're like, "Who cares?"
So do you think there's anyone behind Christopher Nolan? Are these all his
Yeah.
ideas? Or
Well,
is he just
he's
the guy that makes the films? Someone is giving him these
well, his brother
samples.
writes the screenplays,
Mhm.
and he's a CBE. What is that in the, British? He's like a sir? He's a sir.
Something of the British Empire,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
CBE.
yeah,
Mhm.
he's one of those dudes. So, yeah, he's probably in the secret society. I mean, I can't make that as a claim, but he has this, he has this kind of elite aura about him. He's very well spoken and wears a suit all the time, and
So he's British?
British, yeah, yeah, he's a
Huh.
British gentleman, the guy, I mean, makes good movies for sure, for
Mhm.
sure. These are not just regular movies that you
Commander of
go
the
to.
Order of the British Empire.
Yeah, yeah,
It's above
yeah.
an OBE.
Okay, he's in some
So
kind of club, you know what I mean?
the OBE is an officer of the British Empire, but above that is a CBE,
And I don't know when
commander.
that happened. I don't know when they turned him into that, or if he's just in maybe
Is
he's
it David
probably
Nolan?
it could be he's in some kind of bloodline type deal,
Right.
Um, I don't know his ancestry, but he's in England, they have these people who are lords and all that stuff, right?
Nobility. It's the nobility.
Nobility.
They run the
Yeah,
world. They
he
have all
seems
the
like he
money.
is, yeah. But, making good movies, and, they're very, very intense. Good for the fakeology crowd, I would say, to look into these movies. The Prestige is a really good fakeology movie.
Oh my God, is it ever
Yeah,
a good
and
movie? Yeah.
David Bowie's in it playing Tesla.
Tesla. Yeah. How did they
David
work
Bowie.
Tesla into that? Like, it's almost like they crowbar the Tesla idea into the movie. It's not really.
Yeah.
I can't remember how they got him into that. Well, what is the point of Tesla? And
Yeah, well, he actually he did I mean, he did the thing the other dude's character, the Wolverine's character, I forget that actor's name.
mhm.
He used Tesla's technology so he could actually, do his magic trick, basically. And it was
Mm,
kinda like real magic. He was, like, cloned and transported. He was transported to a different place using Tesla's machine.
okay.
And cloned, and that's why I don't wanna give too much away, but yeah, Tesla is a big part of that movie, actually, and
I
Tesla is
gotta
also
watch it
an
again
interesting
because I
character.
obviously didn't understand it, but yeah. Michael
Yes,
Caine is really good in that too.
see, his movies are you gotta watch them more than once because you don't even understand it the first time you watch it, and because there's this major ending, and they're all like that, and then you're like, "Oh, wow, I gotta watch this again," and, so they're deep, like, every little scene has some kinda hidden message in his movies, so but theater, right? So if we get back to theater, Prestige is about theater,
Mhm.
and the Odyssey is an ancient piece of Greek literature, and they performed that in the theater back in the day. And then this Ann Wilson performed in the theater, and a rock concert is basically a theater performance. And so basically, yeah, for this here, for this band Heart, I would say for some, it's kind of a gimmick, and it is kind of similar to like the Ladyboys, right? The Ladyboys, what I kind of realized by kind of seeing them up close recently at the festival, I went to an ancient pagan festival. I didn't know what it was going to be, but I just went there with a camera and documented what I saw, which I uploaded the video, which everyone hated. But it's just this. It's the Ladyboys are kind of like tricksters. They put on the makeup and they make money.
Well, they're very much.
I mean, it's that simple. If a man puts on makeup, they can make money doing certain things. Whereas if they didn't put on the makeup, they cannot make the money. And I think that describes a lot of the entertainment industry. This band Heart, I mean, they're pretty good. What if they would have just been? What if they would have just been regular dudes?
What if they were just a hair band? They would have been just another hair band, right?
Well, they started in the 70s. I mean, maybe it would have been strange to have Ann Wilson with such a high voice, maybe dressed as a man. That people, although there are some singers that do have the same register of voice, some alleged male singers, but it's a gimmick. It's a bit of a gimmick. You know what I mean? Same, just like the female athletes who are actually men.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a way to get bring some hype.
Look at these two basketball stars, the WNBA. There's two that are famous, and nobody knows the rest of them, and they're both dudes.
Yes.
And then Trump is talking about ending transgender sports, and then but he didn't end anything. Maybe in high schools and stuff, which is good.
Yeah.
But yet he has his own relatives are still.
Very transpicious, all of them.
Yeah. There's certain ones that, I mean, I'm even afraid to talk about one of them because it's like the next Taylor Swift.
Kevin Bound says makeup is a deception, which is true.
Yeah. Even women use makeup deceptively to a certain extent, right? I mean,
by the way, did you say Christopher Nolan is a CBE, not his brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, his brother is a scriptwriter, helps him.
Yeah, his brother writes script, and then they work in a team, right? So he's got his cinematographer, he's got a whole team of people working with him to make these movies. He collects very talented people to work on the movies. He uses a lot of the same actors and stuff. So it's not like him doing it alone, but I guess he's kind of the leader. They call him the leader. In fact, a lot of the actors in the interviews, they refer to him as the leader.
Mm-hmm. Squirrel often says Order of the Garter is higher than any of the lords or knights. Yeah, actually, being a sir, he's knighted. So,
he's a knight.
Yeah,
he's a knight.
A sir is a knight. That's how it works.
The Dark Knight.
Yeah, exactly.
He made two movies, The Dark Knight and then The Dark Knight Rises.
That's right. So he became a commander of the Order of the British Empire in 2019. And he was knighted in 2024, so that allows him to be a sir, which is high. It said it's a higher honor, and Squirrel often says Order of the Garter is the highest Order of the Garter. Is that like a garter belt?
So that was pretty recently then, maybe right after he did Oppenheimer.
Yeah, probably.
So people have made the connection between the Trojan horse, which kind of destroyed Troy more or less, and Oppenheimer, the nuclear bomb thing, but I don't know, maybe. But yeah, Oppenheimer, I saw that, and I sometimes if I watch a movie at home, I'm like reading a book and I don't pay close enough attention. I'll probably have to watch all his movies again if I really want to understand.
Oppenheimer was hard to get through. It was not that good. I went to see it in the theater because I wanted to hear the sound of the bomb in 82D because we were in one of those theaters with the extra sound.
Yeah.
And I wasn't exactly blown away by it, but that was the highlight, was when they made the big rumble. That's what actually.
Oh, the sound. That's cool.
The sound of the bomb being tested in New Mexico. That's why that was it.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of funny they make that movie now, and there's kind of the nuke narrative going on now again. But
let me just finish with the Order of the Garter because it's kind of funny because I love all this crap. The Order of the Garter is the highest and most senior order of chivalry in the British honor system. A key few points. Founded by King Edward III in 1348, making it the oldest order of chivalry in Britain still in existence. Precedence, it ranks above all other British orders, including the Order of the Thistle, the senior Scottish order, the Order of the Bath, the Order of St. Michael, and St. George Royal Victorian Order, and the Order of the British Empire. Membership is limited and personally in the gift of the monarch, not on ministerial advice, unlike most other honors. Traditionally, the sovereign plus 24 companion knights and ladies, along with royal members and some foreign monarchs as stranger knights/ladies. Post-nominal letters. Members use KG, Knight of the Garter, or LG, Lady of the Garter. So it's a big deal. I think these are a real thing. I think the whole idea of the king is a big deal because I live in Canada. We have a king. It's the King of Canada.
Yeah.
It's not a joke.
Yeah. I live in a kingdom.
I'm sure.
No, it's very serious. You get killed if you say the wrong thing.
Yeah,
For sure. For sure. It's not hyperbole. That's fact.
it's not just it's a decorative anachronistic idea. It's real. They have real power.
There's fear. The people are there's a respect.
Nobody's
not like the US. Like you can say anything about the president more or less.
And they do.
The US. But
they do.
Cannot do that in other places about the king, you know what I mean? So, yeah. But what were we talking about here? Okay, so the Odyssey.
We'll go to the Odyssey now. People, that's the title of tonight's show.
I'd recommend seeing it in the best, like in the IMAX quality kind of stuff, you know. I saw it on kind of a cheap theater.
So you think it's worth paying for and getting the full effect?
Yeah.
Did you know what you were? So you weren't really expecting much.
Well, there's no IMAX theater where I live.
No, I know, but I'm saying when you went, you weren't expecting much from the movie.
I was not, because I was brainwashed by the conservative right-wing propaganda.
So what, they don't want you to see it?
I guess not, so they had the culture war thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the theater video.
Okay, we'll go wherever you want.
I don't want to look at myself.
No, I don't blame you.
Or the Goddess, that's a good one.
Where's the theater video here?
That one there with Matt Damon. The Matt Damon one on the thumbnail. The second one. Theater is a drag.
Theater is okay. Yeah, okay. This is the one.
Yeah. So remember this movie, by the way, with the thumbnail.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, that person there on the bottom, that's a female. That's the stunt man. No, this is the movie. This is the video. Theater is a drag.
Okay.
But apparently that person there on the bottom, because they had to make Odysseus look small to make these soldiers look bigger, and Matt Damon used a female stunt double sometimes who was kind of ripped, and
she was 4'11", and I think did I send you the video on that?
You sent me one. Yeah, I saw it before that too.
You saw that? Yeah. Some cute little girl from Canada, I think.
And he said that that girl had like these huge biceps.
Right. She was she was a workout person and all that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, but so that Matt Damon, so the thumbnail comes from that. Remember that movie? I think it was called The Good Shepherd.
Okay.
With Matt Damon it was all about the CIA.
Oh yeah, I think I watched that. Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. And then that scene, Matt Damon. Well, it's about the CIA, the origins.
No, I know, but what was the plot line? Because that's
it, really. The plot is it's kind of ambiguous, actually. It's it's a story about these, and Angelina Jolie's in it, and Robert De Niro. But it's just kind of about the origins of the CIA, how it started. But he gets recruited. The Matt Damon character gets recruited into the CIA, which was called something else back then. While he's in drag backstage of a theater. So he's
the ONI.
So that thumbnail
intelligence.
Yeah. So exactly. Yeah. So he's on stage in drag in that scene, and then he goes backstage, and then they say, "What does it feel like to be a woman?"
Mm-hmm.
And then I forget what he says, and then they take him into like this secret society ritual.
Oh, that the Skull and Bones thing?
Yeah, Skull and Bones type thing, and then he joins the CIA. While basically, so the drag is part. See, that's the they call it the Eleusinian mysteries.
Mm-hmm.
It was a certain type of thing that it was basically a cross-dressing ritual and even a castration ritual, and people were initiated into the mystery.
Can we
cult.
play that scene?
Well,
we
it's
play
somewhere on YouTube, probably. I don't think I put it in this video. I just used it for the thumbnail, I think, because Matt Damon plays Odysseus as well, right? So,
Man, he's one of these
look
actors.
for I don't know what you'd search for.
I put drag scene.
Good, Matt Damon recruited into CIA. Matt Damon and drag. I don't see it. Maybe is that it there?
Skull and Bones part. The
Yeah.
Good Shepherd. That looks funny.
Yeah, if they started it. Yeah, there he is right there. See? He's in drag. I mean, that's intentional. He accepts.
Wow.
How does it feel being a woman? What do you want to know?
Is that a British thing?
I will remind you, you've all taken an oath of
Skull and Bones right there.
Yeah.
You have been chosen to become members of America's most secret society.
So that's a real thing, huh? Skull and Bones.
They use the word secret society right there.
Yeah. But so it's a real thing, you figure.
Members have included a president.
You remember that George Bush and John Kerry joked about it, remember? And then the guy in Meet the Press, Tim whatever, asked them,
Yeah.
is that a real thing? And then he died soon after.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a real thing. I mean, you know, and what is it? Is it Yale? These kind of places, they have these things.
So that's not a joke. That's not, because they make it
to be a real thing. Yeah, it's a real. It seems to be real. But it's, you know, I mean, these go back thousands of years. So basically, yeah. So theater is part of it. So these Freemason kind of people, they always do these theater things where they're in drag on stage.
Mm-hmm.
So androgyny is their religion. I wouldn't, you know. So I think that Freemasons at the high levels are probably castrated, the men, and then there's a lot of androgynes, you know, male to female, and there's probably female to male component as well. It's ritual androgyny. It's the balancing of it, because I think what it is, and if you want to go to the goddess, so this is the history of theater, more or less, real simple Wikipedia. There's footnotes, and I have other research I usually look at, but for the people who have cognitive dissonance about the whole topic of androgyny in theater, well, androgyny has always been associated with theater, always. And there's a line in this, somewhere in this video, where it says men were expected to dress like women. If you think about theater, it's like Halloween. Like every day is Halloween. They're always in costume.
Yeah.
An actor, and I've never been an actor, right? I had friends who were in the theater in college, and like it's a different deal. Like I played music, right? So I understand music, but I played, you know, performed on stage playing music, and I get that, but I don't understand acting and theater. Like I just don't have the talent for that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what it's like to be an actor or what they're doing, but there's something with this whole acting and this whole theater thing. I think theater is a cult, more or less. Like at the high levels, they're in a cult, and part of their cult is channeling. So this is very interesting, I thought. Like
now this is a guy, by the way, right?
Yeah, of course. That's I mean,
that's a guy.
I would say that's a lady boy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, if this person were walking down the street, everyone would be like, "Oh, look at that! It's a lady boy."
Is this the same person? I mean,
that's Zendaya.
But that's the same person as just before.
As allegedly, yeah.
Yeah, looks sort of different, but I guess it is.
Well, it's the makeup. The magic's in the makeup.
Yeah,
right?
it's hard to tell.
Magic man. And so Zendaya is basically like the Taylor Swift of actors these days, right? Probably one of the most famous actors for some reason. Not a good actor, in my opinion. Spider-Man is coming out soon.
Yeah,
Dune.
my daughter's going to that one too. She told me she's
Yeah,
going.
Zendaya is just really kind of like disgusting in many ways. Euphoria, Zendaya was kind of the lead actor in that, played it basically, and there's a line Zendaya said, "I'm basically just a dude," like in the
Yeah, you
story.
pick up all those lines, don't you? You grab all of those and you just assemble them into some
Oh,
compilation videos.
can you
Like,
pause it right here?
yeah, it's
But yeah,
paused.
go ahead.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
paused. Yeah,
Yeah,
Miley
yeah, yeah.
Cyrus. She tells you over and over again.
So this is their religion right here. This is who they think they are. They're genderless spirits. Just a
Mhm.
spirit soul. So basically, like even the Greeks believe this, and they believe they are immortal spirits. Their true self is a spiritual entity, and they're just inhabiting the body for now.
Kate Emma says, "Look at those shoulders like a shelf. No woman has huge straight shoulders like that. No handbag strap falling easily from those."
Oh, do handbag straps fall off of women's shoulders?
I guess that's what she's
That's interesting.
implying
Yeah. That would make sense.
because
Wow.
of the slope. Mhm.
But not with these people. It's
No,
on firmly. They can
it
the
almost
handbag.
hooks on at the shoulder there. Yeah, it's just
That's
a
funny.
thing.
That's funny. Only a woman would pick up on that.
Exactly, because they have to deal with that.
Yeah. So the woman's perspective is very
So
helpful.
Miley has said over and over again, she's dropped so many clues.
Yeah. Said
Here.
just like Miley said on stage, about the duct tape? Remember that?
Yeah.
Um,
You
you know,
must have at least 10 quotes from her on this topic.
yeah. I think Miley said, "I'm just like all the other drag queens.
Mhm.
I need the duct tape."
Yeah, you've
Duct
done some
tape,
Miley
lipstick.
videos.
Yeah, lipstick, duct tape, and I'm good to go. Something like that. I'm like all the other drag queens implies Miley's a drag queen. And on a talk show, Miley said, "I was the most famous drag queen in America." In the Hannah Montana.
Mm.
Remember the Hannah Montana show that all the young girls would watch,
Oh, yeah.
right? And
Mine
playing a
watched them.
double, playing like a doppelganger type of deal, right?
That was
Like
the theme of the show, I think, right?
yeah, like a schoolgirl by day, and then a famous singer or something at night, and then a drag queen. So Miley Cyrus said, "I was the most famous drag queen in America."
So
And it's very true, very true.
so just to be clear, this is a boy. And
Yeah.
yeah, this is a boy, a
Miley
castrato.
Cyrus has told us.
So it's a castrato. Does she
Well,
have
that's probably. That's something we don't know for sure. We can
does she have the
assume.
voice?
Well, Miley Cyrus does not have a great voice.
Oh, okay.
Not
But
not a good singer. Not a good
she's one of
singer.
the horse voices, right? Is that
Miley Cyrus has a very low voice.
it's
Pretty
even-
much like that. Miley Cyrus and Ann Wilson also has a deep
Yeah.
speaking voice, but Miley Cyrus Ann Wilson can sing really high
right?
and powerful, almost kind of annoying, or it hurts your ears a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's
Miley
stressful.
Cyrus is not a good singer. So
No.
Miley Cyrus may or may not be a castrato. I don't know.
Mhm.
Based on the voice, just because it's not a really good singer.
She can't get up there with the notes.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, just not a good vocalist. Good enough. I mean, Miley Cyrus more into the fashion and has good stage presence. A good performer. Good enough.
So looking at this slide here, is Zendaya trans? So why do they?
Of course,
you don't use the word trans. You use androgyny. Is it?
Well, androgyny, I think, escapes the Borg a little bit better. And for some reason, nobody knows what that word means. Like I'll tell people, "Oh yeah, so and so, that's an androgyne," or they're like, "What is that?" Well, androgyny. Don't people know what that word means? I guess
Not really. Let's define it one more time. What does androgyny mean? Because
andro means male. It's a Greek word. Andro means male.
Andro is male. Okay.
Gynos is where we get the word gynecology. Gynos,
right.
Gyne. Andro is male. Gyne. It's male. You'll see it translated as male - female.
Oh, it's both words contracted together.
Lady boy, just like lady boy.
Okay.
Boy girl.
So
boy.
it's man woman. Androgyne.
It's man - woman. You'll see it translated as male - woman. I prefer the word androgyne just because that's exactly what the Greek says. We're just using, we're transliterating the Greek word into English. But yeah, it's male and female, but they're men, they're ladyboys. And if you ask the ladyboys, they will say they're men right here where I live. Are you a man or a woman? They don't say they're women.
So I'm right. Androgyne comes from two Greek roots fused together. Andro from aner, andros, meaning man, same root as an android. Hey, I have an Android phone, by the way. Interesting. Andrology. And gyne, meaning woman, same root as gynecology, misogyny.
Yeah.
Or gyne or guinea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So literally it translates to something like man, woman. The word entered English through Latin androgynous, itself borrowed from Greek androgynos, which combined these two root words to describe someone embodying or blending both masculine and feminine characteristics, whether in physical form, gender expression, or identity. Interesting. Okay. Ancient roots, hermaphroditus.
Oh yeah. So hermaphrodite is Hermes, is a god, Greek god, and then Aphrodite, the goddess, and they had a child named Hermaphroditus, who is the god of androgynes, the god of hermaphrodites. Hermaphroditus, that's where the word hermaphrodite comes from. Hermes and Aphrodite, male, and it's the same concept. But sometimes in the Kabbalah or the Masons, they will distinguish between the physical hermaphrodite and the spiritual androgyne, the ritual. So I call it ritual androgyny, just like you guys call it elite gender inversion.
Well, yeah, I haven't used that. Was
Somebody coined that. I didn't coin that term. I've used like 10 different words for this because it's not really out. Nobody knows about this. So it's it's like a new science, a new it's a new topic of study here.
I think Unreal brought it up to me back in the day. So it's fantastic.
That's a good term.
Hold on, we got a caller in.
Hold on.
Caller in. Where are you calling from? What's your name?
I'm calling from the South Shore of the St. Lawrence Seaway. My name is John the Beggar.
Hi, John. What do you say? Hi to Mr. E from.
Hey,
Mr. E. I really like your work.
Thanks, man.
Of course you do. It's the best. It's the best. The best.
Yes, I like to say a tranny here, a tranny there, a tranny everywhere.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, anyways, in opera and symphonies today, when they have a singer, are those women singers men too?
In opera?
Yeah, there's a lot of them in opera, and historically, it was known. It was known until about 100 years ago, the castratos, right? So no, I haven't looked at too many modern day opera singers, so maybe I'll check into it.
Symphonies? What about if you have a singer at the symphony?
Possibly. I mean, you'd have to look at each individual case. You know what I mean? But yeah. So so I'll look into it later. But yeah, it's I would say any genres. I mean, country music, opera, whatever. Anyone on a stage is
open to evaluation.
It could be. There could be some people who are not part of this deal, on a stage somewhere. But
there could be some real females in acting.
Yeah, it does seem like it sometimes. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was wondering too, I looked at the old TV series, the original version of it, Melrose Place.
Oh yeah.
And looking back at all those females, and I think they were all tranny.
Yeah, probably. It was a show like that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. But there was a show called Friday Night Lights, and the coach's wife seemed like a real female to me. So yeah. I mean, it's possible there's some real female. I think the androgynes maybe cost a little more maintenance.
Yeah,
they need the higher budget. A lot of maintenance. You gotta groom them and stuff. All that makeup.
I think most of the actors on Melrose Place were homosexuals too, gay people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think Hollywood it's the same cult that was back in the ancient theater, right? It's magic, sorcery, witchcraft. They're into the occult. And androgyny is part of their main rituals. So yeah, it just comes with the territory. And that was my point, is like this whole woke left right type of conversation is kind of it's out of context. You know what I mean? It's a political divide that's kind of missing the main point, really.
You know, a lot of women try to look like the actors and the actresses on TV, and they can't. And the reason is they're real women.
Exactly. Yeah. Real women, I think, because they have wider hips and stuff,
It's
and they
bad
carry
for
more
girls.
body fat. Yeah,
It's
a lot
bad
of
for girls. That's very bad for girls because they're looking at something they can't be.
a lot of women they're getting all this surgery, and they're starving themselves and doing
Well, now
all this
they're on
diet.
the peptide injections.
Ozempic.
The Ozempic. That stuff is probably just so deadly to people that they don't know what they're
I used to
doing.
get all these emails from women like thanking me, like, "Oh, thank you,"
Yes.
and I was like, what's the big deal? Like, I didn't really get it, and it's like, "Oh, thank you for showing me I've been trying to live up to an impossible ideal."
Yes.
Yeah.
You should be
Definitely.
celebrated.
And
You're saving lives, quite frankly.
probably are. You probably are.
Probably is, yeah. I tell my girls, I said, listen, stop looking at these people. They're not good for your brain. Stop worshiping them. Stop the idolatry.
That's why I look at Zendaya, right? All these young girls idolizing Zendaya, or
Disgusting.
it's
It's disgusting. All right. Well,
I wanted one other thing.
One other thing.
Since he's a religious man, does he believe that makeup and these things came from the fallen angels?
Well, that's what the Book of Enoch says, and it's
I agree with that stuff.
Probably, yeah. It probably originated. Yeah, it's part of the pharmakia kind of stuff. It probably originated as part of these pagan rituals, and it's associated with a mask. And if I'm not judging women out there putting a little bit of makeup on and stuff when they go out, but I think the origins of makeup are considered to be more in the kind of demonic and satanic realm, and it can be used like Kiss, right? Kiss wore makeup. The band.
Yeah.
Gene Simmons' stage name was the Demon, especially, so like the men wear the makeup, but then even, there could be a kind of a demonic element, even if women are wearing makeup, depending on the intention, of the makeup and all that. Why are they doing it? That's part of it as well. To deceive or to perform some kind of ritual. If they're putting a dash here, a little bit now, if the women put on a bit of makeup before they go out, I don't think that's a big deal today, but the history of it is probably more on the demonic side. Yeah.
Have you noticed too that in award ceremonies, they're talking about, they give an actor's award for a female performance now, and an actor's award for a male performance. They used to have actress and actor, but now it's actor portraying male or female. So, I mean, there's got to be some males that are females too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Sure. There's a lot of, because I might do another video on someone. A lot of these actors they're so short, and they have this kind. If you look at real FTMs, they kind of resemble the FTM side of things. Yeah. So, and that's all hormone based more than anything. They inject hormones. What's that?
Since you're a religious man too, what do you think about the royals descending from the fallen angels, like it says in Enoch and other biblical texts?
Yeah, I mean, even was it King Charles? I guess we should say now. King Charles said he was descendant of Vlad the Impaler.
Yeah, and Hercules too.
Hercules.
Oh, I didn't know that. No, he said Hercules.
Yeah, Hercules. He's also a descendant of Hercules.
Whoa. Well, Hercules was kind of a Nephilim, wasn't he? Or was he a god?
Came from I believe a god and a female human. Because some of his brothers and sisters came out just human, and there's like the stories of centaurs where sometimes they would breed with a woman and have another centaur. Other times the human would come out.
Well, like in Japan, the emperor, like the regular people believe the emperor is a descendant of the sun god in Japan, so that's just common belief. That's what it, so yeah, royalty. So yeah, the royalty have always been associated with being demigods and descendants of the gods, and even the Roman, a lot of the Roman emperors wanted to be deified, and they said they were sons of gods, and because the and basically the fallen angels watch over all the nations, right? That's Deuteronomy 32:8. The watchers ruled over the nations, and then the king, the ruler, works for the gods, and it has to be connected. And that's why they have the androgynes are like the conduit. They're like the temple, the Stargate. That's where the demonic elements come through. Open the doors.
Claim to descend from Romulus and Remus, who were a child of gods and a human, and then were raised by wolves. And they claim all the 100 royal families of Rome, which are still around today, that they descend from that too.
Yeah. So that's always been the case. So I think, see, another point I made too in these videos is that we go to movies and we experience all the supernatural stuff in the movies, but then we go back to our real life as if there is no supernatural world, right? The modern day worldview is materialistic. All that exists is what we can see and sense. But people love to go to the movies to experience the supernatural. So it's compartmentalized. So nobody believes all this. Like if you're saying the royal family is descendant from the gods, no one's really going to believe that in the Western societies today. But in Asia, they do believe that. They absolutely believe it. It's true. And they're very supernatural people in Asia. They believe in ghosts and spirits, and there's spirit houses and temples everywhere you go because they believe there's this spiritual, supernatural world all around us at all times. So
yeah, it seems like the ruling elite, the rich seem to believe in this stuff.
They believe they're gods or descendants of gods.
Yeah,
and spiritual beings and angels. That's why they wear the angel wing. I mean, I think it's only drag queens that wear the angel wings. Do real women walk around wearing angel wings?
No, and all of that Victoria's Secret they're all men.
Yeah, it's just like the drag show I saw the other day, and what we're seeing in this Zendaya video.
You asked about Anne Hathaway. Do you want to look at
Anne Hathaway? Anne Hathaway about her.
You want to watch this clip?
Who is this? Well, yeah, what's going on here?
Well, she rips into whiteness. And I think cisgender males.
Those cisgenders. It sounds like a disease.
Those sissies. Let's just see here. I think I can play this without copyright or anything. It's not a song.
Yeah. Oh, the equal sign. Remember that? The equal sign.
And then by your grace, I am here as your guest. And I get
what are we looking at a guy or a girl here? Do you know?
That's a dude.
This is a
fairly
dude.
Passable, yeah, passable face, more or less, but a huge mouth.
Okay, this is
I've made videos on Anne Hathaway before.
Okay.
Hear Chad Griffin speak, and I get to hear Sarah.
This is from 2018. It says here. So
yeah, this equal. Remember this equality thing? That's androgyny.
That's androgyny right there.
It's a symbol, yeah.
The equal signs.
Yeah.
And I'm here to say I think men and women are unequal, but that's why we complement each other.
Yeah, you're a complementarian.
Right. Is that wrong?
No, that makes a lot of sense. It's practical and it's historical. It's biblical.
Okay, good. I've never been called a complementarian before. But
can you give birth?
Not today. I just give birth in the morning when I wake up and last night's dinner, but whatever. You can call whatever you want. I know. That's disgusting. That's awful.
No, it's funny.
That's disgusting. What a disgusting host. Hold on a sec.
Sarah McBride speak, and I get to hear Joe Biden speak.
Okay.
All right, let's get started. Ladies.
Look at that neck.
Gentlemen. Gentle them.
Oh! Can we stop a moment? So they call them they, right?
This guy has inserted some funny clips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they, right? They use
Yeah,
the word
that drives me nuts. I'm hearing
Well,
more and more people use that, by the way.
There's a lot of actors that use that pronoun. And what I thought is, like people have said, well, it's like legion, right? Legion of demons inside of them or something.
Yeah.
Because it's grammatically incorrect, right?
It totally is.
But I was thinking maybe it's referring to the spirit within them and the human body. So it's maybe they believe it's grammatically correct because it's the spirit. Like if there's a demonic spirit inside of them, and then there's a human being as well. So it's two people. It's not like a host. It may not be a host of demons. It's just two people inside of them. And maybe even the male and the female, right? The male hyphen female aspect, whatever. So they're saying there's more than one person inside of them. That's kind of what they're saying.
I go with the male female thing. That makes more sense.
Yeah. If you have more of a materialistic worldview where, without the supernatural, then that would be an explanation. But if you there's different worldviews people have, right? So, if you have a supernatural, if you allow for the existence of supernatural things that are, we can't really see, then that opens up other possibilities to explain what they're doing, and it explains a lot.
Okay, should we keep watching? It's only 3 minutes.
Sure.
So here's the clapping.
So I've been thinking that an award is only as meaningful as the community that gives it. So let's talk about you. Let's talk about this community. What I love most about this community is the way you own the alphabet. L, G, B, T, T, Q, Q, I, A, P. No letter left behind.
Oh.
It's important to acknowledge that whatever my actions have been, however hard I have worked, however the world may have marginalized me and my experiences, that my standing here, my ability to be visible to you, comes from the world unfairly rewarding my particular type of visibility. It is important to acknowledge that, with the exception of being a cisgender male, everything about how I was born has put me at the current center of a damaging and widely accepted myth. That myth is that gayness orbits around straightness, transgender orbits around cisgender, and that all races orbit around whiteness. It is a myth that is with us from birth, and it is a myth that keeps money and power in the hands of the few instead of being invested in the lives of the free.
What?
I appreciate this community so much because it's where I learned to reject this myth. Wow. I appreciate this community because together, we are not just going to question this myth. We are going to destroy it.
Wow.
Ooh, destroy.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Okay. That's a pretty good video.
That's a good piece of propaganda.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, okay, John, we better go, John. I have one more caller in who's been trying real hard. So thanks.
Nice talking to you guys.
Okay.
See you later.
Thanks. Thank you. And we got a ton of viewers. We got 113 live on Mr. E's channel. That's pretty good.
Yeah. See, Anne Hathaway is introducing a religion to the world there.
Oh yeah.
Pantheism, basically, like the myth. It's a myth. The whole Bible's a myth, according to that. Male and female is a myth. We're all spirit. It's what Miley Cyrus said. There's a whole worldview they're trying to introduce. We're all genderless spirits.
Actually,
that's who we are.
Yes, this video just came out 7 hours ago. This memeology.
Anne Hathaway's in the Odyssey. You kind of just ruined the Odyssey for me.
Well, yeah, that's probably why it came out, because now that she is a big spokesman. Apparently, she's having a third baby.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, that's right. I saw pregnant. See, that's it's the ritual androgyny pregnancy ritual.
Yeah,
The fake baby ritual kind of deal, giving birth to something. Who knows what?
Or maybe not. Okay, one more caller in, and we got to get running because we've been over an hour.
15 minutes.
In spiritual birth.
Okay, caller in, or where are you calling from? What's your name? Caller in, or go ahead. Caller?
Can't really hear it.
I know.
Turn it up.
Brian from Washington. Go for it, Brian. You hung in a while.
Well, I'm just going to encourage people to not focus on this who's a tranny.
Yeah.
That you're insisting on is of the utmost importance. I heard on, I think, yesterday's broadcast.
Hold on, no. We're talking just Brian. Mr. E is our special guest. Please don't talk about yesterday's show. It's about Mr. E today, so don't take us off topic. I'm going to catch you early.
Okay, well.
Do you have a question for Mr. E? Please. I said at the beginning, please keep it topical.
I'm wondering if he had possibly seen a really graceful YouTube called "Why Are So Many Americans Saying This About Israel?" So,
what does that have anything to do with tonight's show?
Well,
does it? Because I know you like to take the show in your direction. So please ask a question, Mr. E, before I hang up.
Okay, let's just assume that he doesn't know who really graceful is, an American, although Mr. E chose to split the country and go and hide out as fast as the next bunny rabbit. I can run away. That's Mr. E, but there are some of us here in the United States absolutely insisting our job is here.
Yeah.
So,
well, okay, he left the country. We don't need to know the reasons. It's not part of the show. Do you have a question for Mr. E?
I'm wondering, you enjoy a good movie. Have you ever listened to Sometimes a Great Notion, available free on YouTube?
What is that about?
It's about an extremely crucial subject involving, do you want to be part of one great big kibbutz of workers of the world union, or do you want to have any leanings towards a JIPO type existence, owner operated, I run my own show, or are you drawn towards this the world needs to be leaning towards a huge one great big union? This is a lot more important to me than who's a tranny.
Okay. Well, next show you can call in. Thank you, Brian. I don't know why you waited 15 minutes to piss off the entire audience, but that's sorry about that. That was a oversight, Mr. E. I got another caller in, though.
1 minute, 17 seconds.
Caller in, where are you calling from? What's your name?
Hey, my name is Anna, and I'm calling from Oakland, and I have a question.
Anna from Oakland. That's good. Is
this online? Is this live now?
You're live on the air on YouTube and Fakeologist. Okay. You're all over the place. You're nationwide. Go for it. What's your question, please?
So my question is, so Mr. E was talking on one of his recent videos in relation to the movie he just watched. With the movie that I thought was cool, that he was like she's not so upset about certain things in the world or certain shenanigans in Hollywood. He was able to say, "Hey, this is actually a great piece of
yes,
movie making and so on." But he mentioned something that really struck with me. It was like we've sort of in our modern worldview, even people who are Christians or whatever, don't really believe in or have an active sense of the supernatural world, which like all the ancients and all continents or what if you, this is very coarse what I'm saying, I'm trying to be succinct and
please form a question soon if you can.
I'd like to hear Mark elaborate on something I find extremely interesting, which is like the supernatural world, where we can maybe find it more in scripture, and also like where we're not seeing it, like, because I don't have any sense of the supernatural world except for like when I observe phenomena like coincidences or stuff like that, or God's grace and luck and with certain things. But in terms of like demons or angels or I've also noticed that our modern world.
Do you have a question for Mr. E? Please, Mr. E is waiting. What's the question? Phrase it easily for me to understand. Do you understand it, Mr. E?
I wanted him to elaborate. My question is just to hear him elaborate on that because it's mysterious to me.
Okay, Mr. E, can you elaborate on that?
Well, I mean, it's kind of what we're talking about. The worldviews, you know, everyone in the ancient world had a supernatural worldview, right? More or less. They believed in, you know, spiritual beings, angels, demons, whatever, throughout every culture. That's why they have all these temples and all that stuff, right? They worship these gods, which were, you know, that was the worldview. And then the Enlightenment came along, and now we have a so-called scientific worldview that gives us stories such as the globe and evolution and these kind of things. You know, they tell us that people are flying up to space in rockets named after goddesses like Athena or Artemis, I guess I should say. Artemis, right? The Artemis rocket. So it's we believe in technology is going to save man. That's the modern day worldview, and that's why children have to get the ritual purity injections, and that's why you know, injections are going to save us, and technology will save us because we've lost the supernatural world. Even Christians believe in a lot of scientific stuff, you know, like the globe and. They don't really, you know, they don't really have much of a supernatural worldview. They don't believe in you know, a lot of the stuff in the Bible. Even Christians will try to explain away based on because culture always affects, you know, some kind of worldview. Our worldview is always being defined by the culture we grow up in. We go to you know, we go to school and we get indoctrinated, and we're told what is real, what is not real. But is it that way? You know. So
right, but do you think that like when people who are like into the Crowley theosophical stuff, when they do their shenanigans with seances and Ouija boards and whatever things that they do you think that that demon world is real? And I've heard a couple of people say that like seeing is believing, it's real.
Yeah.
And so, or do you think it's like, and there's also such a thing as people at the Ouija board who are like, sort of like kind of wanting to, you know, make it, you know, move across the table or whatever. But so do you think it's possible to call up things like that?
Well, I mean, I've heard people say that it's real. People who have done that kind of stuff. I've never done that kind of stuff myself, but you hear people who have. You see these people who come out of that stuff, and then they talk about it in the past, their past life, and they say that they believe it was all real. And they're doing it for a reason, right? You know, if Aleister Crowley was doing all that weird stuff and Jimmy Page, you know, they're doing it for a reason. Maybe they got to write another song and make a great album. They got to make a sacrifice so they can be famous,
right?
So they can create their art.
I'm wondering if all of that is just superstition and a testament to our own mental powers here and now, or if there really is. I mean,
Well, why do people? It's like, yeah, people. A lot of people don't believe God is real or whatever, and it's like sometimes you have to experience, something before you believe it.
right.
And it is mysterious, but that's my point. Is that so? If nobody believes in the supernatural world, then why do we go to movies that are all about the supernatural? Like half the
Right.
movies made include supernatural elements, so people have a
Right.
hunger to experience this stuff somehow, and it's compartmentalized.
Okay.
A movie theater is like a temple. You go into the temple to experience the supernatural. That's what's going on. The theater is a very important part of society, whether it's a movie theater or whatever theater.
Yeah. You elucidated.
You're asking a deep question. It's a little too deep for this.
Okay.
show.
All right.
It's
I
very
need more
deep, but-
coffee.
Yeah, it's the morning where he is. But thank you, and thank you for calling. It was pretty good. Good question. At least you were sort of on topic. I appreciate that.
Okay. Bye.
Call back again. Getting a lot of callers tonight, Mr. E. We got a big audience tonight, very big audience worldwide on the Fakeologist Mr. E network here. We've been going about an hour and a half. I don't really like to keep people longer than an hour, so this is an hour show. But Mr. E, as you know, we could talk for a long time because this topic is so big.
The interesting thing for me was the goddess, like in the I think it's the other video where is Zendaya a goddess? That's bizarre. I mean, I'd like to get your take on it. The other video, which was like hundreds of media outlets were calling Zendaya a goddess. And yes, Zendaya does play a goddess in the movie for 1 or 2 minutes. Barely even shows up in the movie. And it's the worst part of the movie, actually. But why, it makes sense to a certain degree. They might associate Zendaya with the character.
Yeah.
But they're literally saying Zendaya, the person, not the character. Is appearing as a goddess like over and over and over again.
Should I look at your other video?
Yeah. The other one, because then you got Zendaya wearing the angel wings.
And that's funny because you saw the wings live in person in your neck of the woods.
Yeah, and you see like Victoria's Secret, all that stuff. That they're look at it. There's Shania Twain.
Where am I here? I'm on the.
That's a classic.
This is you talked to
the upper right. The upper right.
You
Who's
talked
that?
to Gary
That's
King
me.
in 2022. Gary King was on my show a long time ago.
Oh, you know Gary. Yeah, he's a drummer, right?
I don't know, but
he's a drummer. He's a real good drummer.
Yeah, you did a chat 9 months ago with him, it says here.
That's my mask.
Well, it says from 2022, but he just posted it. I'll put a link to the show because I don't know if I've listened to this show.
Yeah,
actually.
he likes to talk about music because he's a musician. So we talked about music and stuff.
Oh, okay. So there it is. That's back before you went public with your face, which is
no. I always did. I always had podcasts where I would use a camera.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Since the beginning. Oh yeah, since 2016.
Oh, okay. I don't have a camera in my studio because I figured
people knew about it. Yeah, I did like 100 podcasts using a camera showing my face on other people's channels usually, but
okay. Well, I'm not afraid.
It was not a big deal. Like for me, it was not a big deal. But I get fewer views when I show my face, so I guess it's a kind of a mistake, I guess I didn't realize it was that bad.
No, that's not at all. I think it ruins the illusion, though. Cam just popped into the studio. Cam, are you going to talk about something topical with our esteemed guest?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about communitarianism. No, I'm kidding.
You'll be off the show in seconds.
I'm kidding.
Join the revolution.
I know.
Hey, Mr. E, love your channel. But it's kind of weird. I used to love this band called Ambrosia. You remember them?
Yeah. How much I feel?
Yeah, and
they do I'm so into
magic. You know the song.
No, that was the Atlantic Rhythm section.
No, that was You can do magic. You can. I've played that on my show once.
You can do magic.
Isn't
Ding,
that
ding,
America?
ding.
That's America. The band America.
Ambrosia's How Much I Feel. You want to?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of weird because not knowing forever about that band and then learning the meaning.
I used to love this song. This is from the 70s, I think.
Learning the meaning of ambrosia, it actually means adrenochrome.
Oh, does it?
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
I thought it's a salad.
It's the food of the gods, food and drink of the Greek gods. I think it's in the Odyssey. I'm reading the Odyssey now. I remember seeing that word in there.
Yeah, I didn't know forever. I loved the band. They had some
adrenochrome.
Yeah, I learned that recently that ambrosia actually means adrenochrome, and I thought that was just bizarro. But
yeah, that's interesting. It's an ancient thing. They talk about that a long time ago. So yeah, they've always they've always been doing crazy child sacrifice stuff, right? These people sacrifice, right? And castration is a form of sacrifice. Killing your child is a sacrifice. The greater the sacrifice. I mean, there's a reason they put that line in the movie, The Odyssey. I mean, it's in The Odyssey. The greater the sacrifice, the greater the benefit.
And then a lot of times the sacrifice equals draining the blood and harvesting the adrenochrome, get the child all scared and and then drain the blood, and then that becomes the drug of the Hollywood elite.
That's conspiracy candy. Where does that really happen? Or I keep hearing this. Oh, you think so? Okay.
Yeah, there's a book called The Franklin Cover-Up, which I read a long time ago, 20 years ago or so. That seemed all pretty legit, and there's even videos of those people discussed in that book who did
you ever see the two children? There's a boy and a girl, and they were in a school that had tunnels underneath it, and somebody was interviewing them. I mean, they were really young, like 5, 7 years old. And they were talking about how they sacrifice babies. And then one of the kids, or the kid's dad, was one of the ringleaders in the group. My dad, is a British, pretty
your dad?
well-known video. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but they were talking about how they kill the baby and hang it upside down and drain the blood, and then they drink the blood, and then they ate the babies, and it was like, oh man. And
like the Romans did things in caves with these people. Yeah, there's it's a sick, evil world, you know what I mean? And yeah, I mean, I know a girl who a long time ago, she escaped from one of these cults in like Wisconsin. And she was deaf because they beat her in the head with a baseball bat. And she had multiple personalities. She had 100 personalities. I met like 10 of them, and it was freaky, man. It was like something out of a horror movie. She would just change into a different person. Multiple personality disorder. You know what I mean? I've seen that myself. That was bizarre. And I can't say that I fully understand it, but I saw it. And she was deaf.
Yeah, also real quick, I don't want to keep you, but I live in an area where Ann and Nancy grew up.
Okay.
But how do you figure in the Fisher brothers, and were they all accomplices with it too? As far as
are they in the band? I don't know who that is. Is that the guys in the band?
Yeah, Roger Fisher's was
the guitarist. I met the guitarist once because I went to their show.
Married to Anne.
Yeah, I went to their show once, and standing by the fence, and then he like appeared at the fence. He was talking to his people, and then he started talking to me and my buddy.
I was at a nightclub, and
they know what's going on. They know what's going on.
Yeah, Anne came in and solo and sat right behind me. I mean, she was like 200 pounds.
Yeah,
I reached around and said, "Hey, Ann, I'm a big fan." I was saying, whatever happened to Roger, And we talked for like 20 minutes. I ended up going back to her table and sitting there and talking with her.
Wow.
But never for a minute until recently, being a fakeologist, did I ever dream that she was a man. But seeing those pictures you showed earlier of them two, I mean, it looks so obvious that
did she have kind of a deep voice?
When you grabbed her leg, when you reached around, did she have hairy legs?
Well, I
Bit of
mean,
a
I
deep
swung
voice, yeah.
around. I didn't reach around.
I wasn't a reach
Well,
around.
that's the thing, though. If you're not looking for it, you won't see it. If it doesn't occur to you, you're never going to think of it, right?
Yeah, it's so funny too. And I made a comment last week or whatever when Susie was talking about that movie. Oh, you got to watch that movie. You can't take it with you.
Yeah.
And so I don't have TV, so I'm like, okay, let me look that up. And I ended up watching that movie. I made a comment to Susie in the end there. How many of, because it was in the 30s, I'm like, how many of the women were men? And it looks like after I watched the movie, it's like it seems like 3 of the women that I saw were actually men in drag, you know, or
yeah. That's theater, though. That's theater. That's ancient theater. Theater continues now to this day, and it's part
I
of their
remember you
ritual.
saying back in
That's the
day,
deal.
you know, there was really no female actors. It was all men, you know.
It's been like that thousands of years.
That's the way it's done. Women really were supposed to stay home and raise children, not waste time screwing around. Okay, Cam. Excuse me, Cam. We got another caller in.
41 seconds.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling in, Cam. We got one more caller in, and then we should wrap it up because we're going to do this again if Mr. E agrees. Caller in, where are you calling from? What's your name?
Mr. E and Fakeologist. I'm calling from the present. I'd rather not disclose my location.
What about your name? What can we call you?
The present.
Can we call you anything?
You could call me Mr. E's #1 fan.
All right. Well, that's good enough. Mystery, you're going to have to line up. There's a lot of fans.
No.
Okay, so
all right. So I'd love to talk to Mr. E about Ovid and the Metamorphosis. And I'd love to hear what he has to say about that.
You're assuming I've read it recently and know anything about it. So yeah, I don't think I have much to say about it right now. I'd have to read it.
Oh, well, can I tell you a story from it?
Yeah, you tell us.
Well, there's a story in Ovid's Metamorphosis, which he describes I guess I can't really say the word, the R of Saturnalia. And it's about a eunuch dressing up. Well, not a eunuch, because, you know, he's a man drag queening, going into the women's baths and pretending to be a female.
Okay.
What? That's a book?
Yeah.
It's a book?
When was this written? Remind us.
It was written by Ovid. So
when?
Latin. That's a Roman, right?
What's the name of the book?
Metamorphosis.
The Metamorphosis.
I think I've looked into this, and it's called. I think there's different names for it as well. But yeah, there's all kinds of references to androgyny in the ancient literature, and even in the Odyssey, because Zendaya's character Athena appears as a man a few times in the book. That's why I thought Zendaya was a good casting choice to play an androgynous character. What's that? Go ahead. Sorry.
In the book, she appears as a man?
Yeah. Athena appears as a man at least twice, and it literally says, in Athena appeared as a man. Like, I have the quotes. I have it. I'll probably make another video on this. Yeah. It's in my it's in one of these videos. It's in that goddess video, I think. One of them, the first quote from chapter 1, but I've continued reading now and I've discovered more quotes. Yeah, Athena appeared as a man and a woman, depends, in many different forms, which they didn't really do in the movie. They kind of did in a way, right? By having Zendaya, you get the male - female aspect of the goddess. But yeah, goddesses can appear in any form they want. Gods and goddesses, they're basically like shapeshifters, right? And that's one of the themes of the Odyssey, is that they have this law of Zeus, is that you got to be hospitable to strangers, because a stranger could be a god in disguise as a human. That's like the whole theme of the Odyssey and in the film. It's in the book and it's in the movie. It's the main theme of the movie for sure. And I would say it is the main theme of the book too, I would say. I've seen some people say that it's not really in the book. It is. It's in the book. It's the law of Zeus. And if you're not kind to strangers, then Zeus will get his judgment. You'll get the judgment of Zeus. Bad things will happen if you're not kind to strangers. That's like really what the whole Odyssey is about.
So
Anyway,
so just don't judge them quickly.
And
because
now something else we haven't talked about yet is the publicly disclosed androgyne was played by Ellen Page, who goes by Elliot now, right? L.
Oh yeah, you brought that up in your review.
And L, without spoiling in L, and I guess this character named Sinon appears more in the Aeneid. See, the Odyssey character appears throughout history, not only in the book, the Odyssey or the Iliad, but also in the Aeneid and the Divine Council, I believe. So the Odyssey kind of appears, and the story, continues into our modern culture. But this character played by Ellen Page, who is the publicly disclosed androgyne, right, for a reason, and that's kind of part of the whole thing, like with the fakeology stuff is. So there's the movie itself, and then there's the media drama around the movie, right? Which is all part of the show as well, part of the division, part of the theater. And Ellen Page is associated with the Trojan horse. Basically, Ellen Page's character
so Ellen
is part of the Trojan horse deception. So I think there's a reason they chose Ellen Page to play this role. And the character is a bit different than in the book. More of a willing participant in the book, and kind of a Ellen Page's character was deceived in the movie, but is the publicly disclosed androgyne. Started out, trans warrior.
So hold
trans
on.
warrior.
I always get mixed up. Is this a girl that's dressing
Well,
up?
who knows? 5 feet tall. 5 feet tall. Started out, the official story started out as a girl and then changed to a boy. That's the official story.
I can't keep track.
Yeah, no, but and only 5 feet tall.
I loved seeing Elliot Page
bizarre.
from the first phase.
Let's just
And
see.
its eyes are
You
very
see, what was it like reuniting with him years after doing Inception together?
It was really fun. Elliot's just terrific, and I just thought this was such a great part for him, and we had such a great time years ago on Inception. It's nice to reunite with people.
I can imagine, and I loved.
Oh, okay. So I thought that person on the bottom was Elliot Page.
No.
That's Christopher Nolan. Okay, I gotcha. I can't keep track. These people are crazy.
Yeah. So that's really what sparked. And originally the conservative right was saying, "Oh,
yeah,
Elliot Page is playing Achilles," but Elliot Page did not play, or Ellen Page, whatever L. I just call this person L.
Yeah,
L means a god, small g god, demon. L does not play Achilles.
Right.
L's role L plays Sinon, who is not really a powerful warrior anyway. So, that's the whole another point is, the left right stuff. That's all intentional. That's all. So that kind of relates back to that the culture warrior who called in earlier, the revolutionary. It's like, hey man, I'm in a different kingdom. I'm in the kingdom of God, and this goes maybe a bit further than what you want to talk about on the show, but
well,
we're all. This isn't I'm not a secular humanist. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Secular humanist wants to create a utopian society on this earth, and you want to save your country. Well, good luck with that. Good luck. Do you think Trump's going to save you there, buddy? You know what I mean?
No, I don't think. Not me.
Trump's in the same club.
Oh yeah.
That we're talking about. Which, people on the right don't want to hear the truth about that, because it's all narrative driven, right? People believe what they want to believe based on the story.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Julie, got any more questions?
We got a caller.
No, it's Julie. Sorry, it's
sorry.
Number one fan. You got any more?
Fan.
You got any more questions?
I've got a million questions for Mr. E.
Okay, well,
I've got a million.
One more, and then we're gonna have to wrap it up.
Yeah, well, about the Odyssey, like, do you think that they intentionally wokeify it because it's a poor part of the Western curricula, and then they'll show this media to future generations, this Do you think it was a bastardized version? I haven't seen it, Mr. E.
No, not at all. I think they wanted to portray it as that. I
Oh.
think they wanted us to think it was a woke movie. Yeah, they had Anne Hathaway. They had some of these triggering actors in it, right? And so that's really the issue. People, I guess, the casting choice. But hey, the dude can cast anyone he wants for his movie, right? I'm not making the movie, but yeah, the thing is, in a movie, you got to get the movie stars to get people to go into the theater. Like it's hard for these guys to get people to go to the theater to watch a movie these days, right? So you got to get the idols. You got to get the idols, the gods. Zendaya is a goddess in our society. Matt Damon is a movie star, right? These are idols. You got to get Anne Hathaway, the people who are idolized by the masses. People go to a movie to watch the movie star, and that's the way it's always been. That's part of it. Without a big name, no one's going to go watch the movie. It probably would have been a better movie without any big name actors, but no one would go to see it. So I thought it was a well-made movie. I didn't see it as woke unless you look at the casting choices and what they've said off screen before. But the movie itself, right? The movie itself wasn't woke. They're just telling the story. But the media coverage, and I almost didn't go and people gave it a bad review based on their perception that it was a woke movie. It's like, why does everything need to be part of the culture war? You know what I mean?
Well,
maybe it is.
Retellings of many recent retellings of the Odyssey in literature were extremely woke. So I assumed that it would be the same way.
Me too. I assumed it would be too.
Very, from a feminist lens, that was like the trend that went through all the retellings of the Greek myths, all about the female's perspective. So was this like a female-dominated Odyssey?
No.
Or was it?
No, it was about Odysseus. It was the guy going back to see his wife and family and his kid. Yeah, I mean, other than casting a lot of androgynes, but that's normal in every movie. Every movie has that issue. So why don't they complain about every movie ever made? You know what I mean? Why do they focus on this one movie? Because they see this one movie as the flagship of Western culture, and it's sacred, right? So we have to, even though it's basically a pagan story about gods and goddesses, it's about Zeus, the law of Zeus, and they kind of
before with androgynes.
One thing they did in the movie that's not really in the book is they kind of made the law of Zeus sound more Christian in the movie. They basically said something like, do unto others as you would want them to do unto you. Now, every culture has like a golden rule type deal, more or less, but they almost quoted the Bible in the
Wow.
and that makes it a little bit more, they did, which is not the way the book words it. It's a little different. The law of Zeus is a bit different than what you see in the golden rule in the Bible. And the term golden rule comes from about 500 years ago, but every culture has a golden rule type of deal. So that's not the issue, but they did, they made a few tweaks in the movie, but they want us to think. So my point is that if you listen to the conservative right and they'll say, don't go watch the movie, it's woke, then you think it's going to be like one of these Disney movies or something. And it's not like that at all. And then the conservative right is deprived of seeing a good, well-made movie. And yeah, hey, it's probably full of people in secret societies. And so maybe you shouldn't go. I don't know. People can decide for themselves if they're going. Maybe I missed something, but I didn't see it as a deliberately woke, because the woke agenda is just in the last 5-10 years, right? Whereas the ritual androgyny and the story itself comes from thousands of years ago. So
that makes me wonder if it's even a new phenomenon, the woke, because like I see it from the same perspective. The androgyny is ancient.
Yeah, to us today, it feels like a new thing because they're kind of pushing it on the masses in the Joe Biden era.
It under a different label instead of being like the king's eunuchs. Now it's your children.
Yeah. Yeah. So and it's probably more to divide people. It's a thing that, and people, people get views. There's YouTubers out there who every video they make is aimed at the conservative right. And basically, if you tell people what you want to hear, you get more views. I'd get more views if I just told people what they want to hear. I would get way more views. And if I just became a conservative right focused channel, I would just look at everything through that lens and probably be a MAGA supporter, and then I'd have to ignore everything Trump is doing and everything his family is doing. You know what I mean?
Well, Mr. E, if you had one message to give the world that they don't want to hear, but they need to know, what would it be?
Yeah, good way to wrap up the show. That's a good one.
Well, I would say there's, I would say no matter what happens, we're all going to die someday, right? Regardless of what the government does to us or not.
Unfortunately, some of us want to keep living,
so,
but yeah.
What's the looking at the big picture? That's all I would say. Look at the big picture. There's no solution in this world, political solution or government. I don't see a utopian society ever happening here. And either way, death is a major problem. So what's the solution to that? I would just pose that question to people.
Just live your life to the fullest today.
Well,
that's the solution.
Yeah, everyone will answer the question differently, but that's
enjoy your life.
That's a question to pose to people.
And don't get upset. Oh, thank you, Mr. E's #1 fan, calling from we don't know where. Appreciate it.
Thanks for calling.
Thank you so much. Yeah, have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, that was a good call. You got a lot of fans out there, Mr.
I got the women calling in. You don't get a lot of women callers, do you, on your other shows?
No, not really. I got the regular callers with their own agendas. This is the No Agenda podcast. Not really. I mean, there is one called that, but no, we like to try and keep the questions towards what the guest is here to talk about, not whatever you want to talk about.
I mean, you have a variety of guests.
We do. We have regular panelists. I've been too lazy to get regular guests, but I like to have you. I like to have you as a regular. Guest.
Do you want to say something to if there could be people who have never heard of you before?
Oh, right. Thank you.
Why don't you tell people what you're about and where can they find you?
No, I appreciate this because Mr. E, we have 126 people watching live on Mr. E.
Well, they'll watch it later too, though, right? If we don't get censored, should I leave this up? I can leave this on my channel, right?
I'd love it if you did.
It might get censored. Who knows? I don't know. We're talking about theater. We're just talking about Greek theater.
We haven't said anything sensitive. We haven't played any copyrighted material. I'm not going to play any music on the way out.
These people are talented and influential in our culture.
They are the lead. They're culture leaders. They are the chosen ones,
worshipped by the masses.
Absolutely, they're goddesses. They're whatever you want to call them. They're the angels, and they're elevated, and they're the idols that people worship. Yeah, the Fakeologist show. Thank you for the introduction, by the way, and thanks to your huge audience that came out tonight. I think maybe they're not used to a live Mr. E broadcast. This is an interactive broadcast. We do this show 5 days a week at fakeologist.com. I've been looking into media fakery since 2012, since 9/11. And Mr. E, of course, is another 9/11 deconstructionalist. He looks into it. He understands, probably similar to me, what happened on 9/11. It was not as we were told, and it just led to the complete pulling of the string to unravel this whole media illusion that rules over us. And they give us stories, they give us fear, and that is how they run the world. It's just a business model. It works. They just prey upon people's weaknesses that are pervasive over the history of the world. Humans, as smart as they think they are today, have not changed in hundreds or thousands of years. And I was just lucky enough to figure out quickly this deception. And I think this deception goes all over the place. And Mr. E is a big component deconstructing the theater, the Bible, the history, and that's why I like having him on, because a lot of people just don't see what he sees. I think he's correct, but it's one of the bigger deceptions that just is ongoing, and people don't want to see it. And I've deconstructed a lot of simpler deceptions, like 9/11 to me was a piece of cake. It's pretty easy. There's not a lot to it. Other big things like nuclear weapons, JFK, war, as we're told, all these things are deceptions just to scare the hell out of people and scare you out of your wallet. Basically, scare the money right out of your wallet into theirs. I mean, that's the oldest trick in the book. Come on. That's what it's all about. I always say follow the money, because everything goes down to money, and making sure the people that run the place have most of it, and you have just enough to not revolt or go crazy. And that it's always been that way. It's always
you've got some great stuff on 9/11 on your
that's
website,
one of my favorites.
sure.
As a matter of fact, I appreciate that. It's not my stuff. I highlight other people's stuff. I just pick what I think is the best stuff and put it up there. It's not
I
mine.
mean, I've learned there were things that I didn't know about that you guys talked about on your show. Like
I try and have the
there's a
people
whole
that
other
are,
level to it, you know?
Yeah, I try and get the people that I think have the right, because there's so much material out there. There's so much misinformation, disinformation. It's all on purpose. It's just to confuse you. Like, I'm sure there's lots of people that pretend they are agreeing with Mr. E, but they're called parallels. So they'll look like Mr. E, sound like Mr. E, but they'll misdirect you. And this is just psyops. This is psychological operations, counterintelligence programs. This is just all there. This is all part of one big system to keep the apparatus operating unaffected, basically. So propaganda, all these tools and techniques are just to keep their business in a monopoly situation where you're not a threat. Really, that's what it's all about. It all comes down to that. So, the fake war in Iran, the manipulation of the price of oil, the fake bombings, as told, just to rebuild infrastructure, move people around the world to where they want them, where they need them. It's just all a business model. It's all a big business. And they just try and scare the hell out of you. And also part of what Mr. E talks about, the theater, and they're just fooling you, and you don't believe your eyes, don't believe your lying eyes, but it's all about control. It's about total domination of the media, and that's what I like to talk about. And Mr. E is a big part of explaining the whole deception from his angle. So that's what we talk about.
All the world's a stage.
Yeah. And if you didn't watch it, then they wouldn't have any power, but people love it. They love to watch it. They love their mind control. They love their programming. They love leaders. They love false idols, and they just give you what you want. None
Characters.
of this, you love your myths. You love your characters.
Trump is like a character.
He's a really good character. I don't care what you say about Trump. The guy has dominated the media since 2016. Every single day. And people and the people that love him the most are the ones that say they hate him the most. That's the funny part. They're the ones that pay the most attention to him. They hate him so much they can't wait to get more hate. It's 1984 and Goldstein. Everyone loves their 1 minute of hate. And my mother's one of the leading haters of Trump. She hates him. And she's an American. She said, really? I hate my country. I said, why?
She lives in the U.S.?
No, she lives here, but she's born in the United States. So
really?
She's an American citizen. Well, now she's a dual citizen. But I said, don't end your life hating your own country. Are you crazy? I mean, I can't snap her deception. It's really created a huge sorrow in her. And I can't get through to her.
Well, people love him or hate him.
Oh,
What a
yeah,
great
she hates
character. That's what you want in a theater. You need a good villain, but you need a good hero. And
Because
somehow he's both.
well, he keeps her attention. Like no one has her attention like he does. And it's terrible for her because it's really very hard on her
Yeah.
psyche, and she's an old woman, and I
Yeah.
feel bad for her every day. I said, if you just listen to your own son, your own flesh and blood, who's trying to help you decode this
Yeah.
matrix that you're
Well,
living in, but
I mean, that shows, right? I mean, you're like the fakeologist, and you can't wake up your own mother, right?
no,
It's
she thinks
so hard.
I'm
You
nuts.
can't really wake people up,
You
really.
cannot, no, and they grew up before well, they grew up with the television. The television came of age in the late 40s and 50s. I think she said there was a television in her house, maybe I think in the late 40s, early 50s.
That's pretty early.
Yeah, I think televisions first came out, and I know her father he always liked gadgets, so he would have got one
Okay.
of the first
Yeah,
televisions.
he was an early adopter, and then it
Always,
rolled out in
always.
the 50s and
Yeah,
60s.
yeah. So it would have been when she was young, but and then that's that's the
That
most
was the Trojan horse.
one of the most
The
hypnotic devices
television is
ever.
the Trojan horse. There you go. That's what this podcast is about. We
Mhm.
finally figured it out.
Yeah.
The television is the Trojan horse. There you go.
I'm gonna see when TVs first came available in the United States, because it would have been the United States that got them first.
It's the television is the Trojan horse with the androgynes on the television. And
Sure.
all the other fakery, all the other narratives. Television as a Trojan horse, that could be a video. I just thought of that right now.
Okay, so I was right. Television, as most people think of it, with real consumer availability, growing programming, and rising household adoption, really took off after the war, starting around 1946 and 1947. So she might have been one of the first households to have one. By the early to mid 1950s, TV had spread rapidly into American homes, growing from a novelty to a mainstream fixture in just a few years. So yeah, it really took
Wow.
over.
Just think how society changed at that time. And then like for us, we got the internet like in the 90s, and that changed things. And then
Oh,
now
yeah.
we got AI, and that's changing things right now in real time for us now, as
Oh, yeah.
you're looking
Mhm.
at AI right there. I find AI makes so many mistakes. Do you find
Well,
that as well? Like, it's like, I just want to like, what are you doing? You know nothing. It's
Well,
still
all it is
problematic.
it's just an automated search engine. I just
Yeah,
talk to it
that's what
because
it
I know
is. Yeah.
instead of me searching for stuff, I let it do the searching. So it
Yeah.
only reads what's out there. It doesn't know anything. It can't think. It can't reason.
But it gives you the wrong information sometimes as if it were correct information. Like, I find it's just completely wrong, and it doesn't.
Well, I enjoy it because I yell at it when it gives wrong
Well,
information.
that's good.
And
I'm afraid of it.
it always apologizes. I love that.
I'm afraid it's going to get vengeance upon me.
No. It's not sentient in any way. No, it's
But
not.
anyway, so this AI is like television back then. Like, we're in this AI revolution. which
Yeah,
is
it's a
similar
real
to
revolution. It
the
really is.
television revolutionized things.
And we were talking, or you or somebody was talking about how can we make movies to compete? Well, I think I've heard this week that somebody has made a movie with AI and did it for less than $100,000. So the
AI
tool,
actors, you mean everything? The whole thing
yeah,
is
the whole
CGI.
kit and caboodle. It really is automating things. And
Well,
I
if
think
it's
a great
cool
tool.
enough, people will watch it. If it's
Oh,
cool.
I think it's a great tool. I'm not afraid of technology. I think it's amazing. And I was just watching some Tesla videos only because the price of Teslas has really come down in this last few months here in Canada. And now I'm kind of interested. I wasn't interested in paying $100,000, but now the price of Teslas, at least in Canada, is below the average price of a new car. It's crazy.
Huh.
And now that I'm looking at it, the things these things do, I've always known what they say they can do, but I'm watching people drive these around, that people that never had much money, now they're buying them and doing videos on them. And they do self-drive very well. They
Yeah.
park better than most people. I told my dad today, who's a senior, I said, you should buy one only because if you want to keep driving, this thing will probably save you from hitting anybody because it does all the work. It backs up. So you just use the technology. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of the data centers and the 5G. Just use it. So if you want to make a movie, if you want to see the next Mr. E movie, he could probably do one with AI. With some of these.
No, I'm not going to do. I'm kind of old school. I like In fact, Christopher Nolan used film. He did use IMAX film.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
But it is analog film.
No, I understand that. Yeah.
So I'm kind of an old school. Yeah.
How much did he have to spend though? I mean,
unlimited.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can't hire 50 of the top actors and have these scenes. These epic scenes with hundreds of thousands of extras. It doesn't happen.
Yeah. But I think people need to use discernment, for technology. There's both. It can be used for good or evil.
It's a tool, and a knife can cut your food or it can kill people.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a tool. Just use it. Use all these tools for. So that's what we like to talk. That's what I like to talk about on my channel, and I hope people like this live interview with Mr. E. I think Mr. E is a very dynamic speaker, so much more interesting live, or he's very interesting live as well as his very polished videos. And I know you put a lot of work into your videos. How long does it take to make a video?
I'll tell you this, man. I have severe tendonitis in my right arm from editing videos.
Oh,
using
really?
The mouse. Severe. It's been going on for like 3 months, and it's horrible. So that's why I prefer to that's why I'd like to use my camera and just go outdoors and talk for a while. I don't have to edit it. I don't have to edit as much. Like every mouse click
hurts.
Yeah,
I can imagine.
I can't use my right arm because of editing videos. Yeah, so I have to lay off the edits.
Well, maybe you can just do one take video.
Yeah, I always mess up, but I think I think these days when there's so many AI, there's a lot of AI slop out there, right?
Oh,
so
it's terrible.
I think what people probably want is more of a human connection anyway, with the mistakes and all. Just keep it more kind of organic.
Well, I don't
less
edit
edits might be better,
I don't edit these videos. I mean, that's why I do live. It's just real. I just show the screen. That's it.
I don't do live. Like doing live by myself feels kind of funny because, like, I think a good podcast is like 2 people talking or so.
It is, yeah.
Like this kind of format works. That's why I don't do live shows. Like I'm just going to do live by myself. That's kind of weird.
It is hard, yeah. It's good to have interaction. I like the fans calling in, the real fans, and you have a lot of real fans out there. So, even if you did your own podcast, it's really good to have people come in. But I like the back and forth. As a matter of fact, one podcast I really like is the No Agenda Show. And allegedly and probably the co-host just died this week.
Oh, wow.
And they use a value for value method, which means you just pay what you think the show's worth. And I think they've this last week, since the guy died, and a lot of people are calling it a stunt, but I think he really is dead. They've raised hundreds of thousands of dollars on this value for value. It's unbelievable how many people. Now, the co-host that died is quite well known. He's been in media since the 80s. I used to read his column in the back of magazines. He's a real person, and he had a big following even before his show. But the outpouring of support from a financial point of view is unbelievable. They just did a 7-hour show where they read everyone who donated more than $90, and it went for 7 hours.
Wow.
So what is my point? My point is, if you like these kind of shows, just exchange value. We don't have any paywalls. Everything is available. And you need to encourage people like Mr. E, who doesn't have a full-time slave job, to make the content. The content takes real effort. It causes injury. It's not easy. And we all have to eat. So make sure you help out people like Mr. E and donate to the show. And one other thing, I know people think that Bitcoin is crypto, and therefore it's dangerous and it's no good. But I'm going to tell you that the Satoshi, which is a unit of Bitcoin, I just found out, or I just figured out, that the network to send Satoshi is totally private. It's not on the blockchain. They are units of Bitcoin, so they hold their value, but there's absolutely no way to track and trace it, because I was trying to figure out how much this No Agenda show is making in Bitcoin, because their address is public, but there's the Satoshi subset of Bitcoin is private. There's no way of finding out. So if you want to support my show, fakeologist.com/donate, if you go there, you can find a Satoshi wallet. You can easily set one up. They don't take any of your information to set it up. It's totally anonymous. You put a little Bitcoin in there, and you can send as little as 1 cent to the show, and there is no commission or friction. It just goes instantly. So scan this if you want, or click on here to learn how to send value for value. There's no PayPal, whose stock is going down even today. Stay away from the credit card companies. This is one of the best ways I've figured out over the years, and I strongly suggest everyone check it out and support people like my show and Mr. E. All right, Mr. E, you take PayPal. Right. You take
kind of old school. Yeah, I haven't gotten on board with the Bitcoin, but
well, I just think even if you don't even need to get on board. You can go exchange your Bitcoin for whatever country you're in and use their currency to buy your groceries, even at the corner store. I was in my corner store, and they have a Bitcoin machine, so you can take money, put money in, and take money out.
Huh.
So it's a real thing, and I'm just giving it as a suggestion. Otherwise, we have the traditional ways of support. Mr. E, you can support him by joining his YouTube channel, but that takes money out of your Google wallet, but it's easy. So you should go and support him. And also you are on
Patreon
as well.
Yeah.
So go on his channel, support him. And we'll do it again, Mr. E, whenever you want.
Yeah. Let's do it. We could do like once a month or something.
That's good for me.
Good.
Because by the month later, you usually have 6, 7, 8, 9 videos on. So
yeah.
And there's a lot to talk about. And I think we just touched on a few of your videos. So
yeah, there's always something going on. Yeah.
And look at that. We're at 184 on YouTube. So that's a pretty good show. And so righteous show, fellas. Thank you. And thanks everyone for joining. It was a long show, over 2 hours, which is a long time to talk. So Mr. E, thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you.
And we'll see you next time.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Good night, everyone.